Welcome to the Armory. No, not the brand new operation. The Armory. You can look in your stats and find that it is listed as an operation, but no weekly missions, a revised star system, and as of right now, no end date. But items have hit the markets, and despite a slow start, my god, the prices are insane. If you farmed all 40 stars on one of your passes, with the first day case prices, you could almost buy 6 more passes. Oh wait, it's day 2, and the prices have crashed so hard it looks like JDM. But the crystal ball question of the day is if you should sell everything instantly. Typically for operations, you amass as many items as you can possibly farm with all of your alt accounts, and then you hold for a few years until you can buy that Lambo or a McLaren if you were to get banned for whatever reason. Couldn't tell you what. On the first day, your best option was to sell early due to the absolutely insane prices. But these days, you can farm out some stars for cases and make minor profit, gamble on an M4 Fade, which is one of the cheapest covert skins we have ever had, or take your chances with stickers and charms. There's no rush to sell anymore, but based on this response from Valve, is there even a rush to buy? If you have been following market news around the Armory, I assume this has likely been covered to death by now. Valve responded to an email clearly outlining that the Deagle is a limited time item and there is no specific end date for the Armory itself. Obviously, we cannot make a definitive prediction based off of this information, but here's an ongoing theory. And no, it's not that all of these items will be infinite. First off, the Armory showing up as an operation is a pretty big deal. That likely means that we will no longer see traditional operations. Maybe Valve invests in a mission style event again, but having 2 ongoing events, both using a star system, is pretty redundant. And what's one thing people have been expecting since Shattered Web? A yearly operation. If Valve keep this market open year round, they don't have to do all the legwork necessary for an operation anymore. New maps? Likely new collections too. Just replace what already exists. Put the map in the competitive pool and call it a day. Another aspect that may support this theory is the limited item. The heat-treated Deagle will be around for over 3 months. After that, it could either be replaced or that spot would be left empty. It would seem pretty strange to leave it empty though, would it not? And the more you consider the marketing around the Armory, I feel like it paints a pretty clear picture. With operations, they have abstract names: Broken Fang, Shattered Web, Riptide, all themed events with themed items. The theme of the Armory is Valorant, because this is just a night market. It's a shop where items can be purchased. It has a limited time item that will likely rotate, and it has no end date. The night market became a phenomenon due to the FOMO of finally getting an item that you have been waiting for. Sure, you may not want to spend the money that week, but you will never know if you have the chance to buy it again. The heat-treated Deagle as of today fulfills that purpose. If you love this Deagle, you're going to buy the pass and use your stars on it. But what if the next skin is also a banger? Now you have to buy another pass since you likely spent all your stars already, and now Valve are laughing to the bank just like Riot. Valve now have a way to abuse the FOMO of CS players 365 days a year, 24/7. Why would they not abuse it? We know how Valve operates. And although it doesn't say much about the rotation of items, here's another reason why Valve would consider making the Armory permanent, and that would be the loot box bans. First it was the X-ray case, then it was skin renting, and Valve are still getting hounded. People from Belgium and the Netherlands already cannot open cases without using a VPN. But you know what they can do? Buy an Armory pass and spend the stars on collections. I doubt that Valve has seen any real impact from these countries being unable to open cases, as most users have no issue understanding how to utilize a VPN. But who knows how problematic Valve's case model will be in a few years. Obviously, it's a crazy hypothetical that carries no weight as of today, but maybe in a few years, cases will have to be phased out entirely. How many anti-gambling commissions will it take until Valve finally cut their losses? But the Armory, minus the case already included, solves this issue. So at this point, do you still think the Armory will go away in 4 to 6 months? If you do, there's nothing wrong with that, as we have absolutely no clue as of today. Nothing is confirmed, but I would bet money that it's here to stay. One thing I'm not betting on is these current prices. Yes, even prices as of today after all of the items have crashed in spectacular fashion. When looking at the rewards, the supply per person will have to be lower, as you can't just buy 1000 stars, you actually have to grind them out, and Valve have made that very clear. Each pass is also 40 stars instead of 100, but the pass is still the same price as a regular operation. Even though the covert skins will have a high quantity due to the rarity shift of not having consumer skins, all of the other items should have a lower supply, at least for now. Riptide was September to February, Broken Fang was December to May, Shattered Web was November to March. What happens to prices if the Armory is October to October? What happens if October hits and the items still haven't changed? What happens if 2026 hits and it still hasn't changed? And what happens to the way people utilize stars when the deagle is removed? With 54,300 deagles registered, that is 1.3 million stars put towards one item. When the deagle leaves, all the stars will go to other collections. And if these items stay in the game for a year, then the supply will be massive. The demand for these items will fall off a cliff after some time, and until it finally gets removed, people won't be investing as hard into it. But ask yourself, do you want to be the person that holds for an undisclosed amount of time, watching prices fall as you hold? Or do you want to invest in something else and then buy when the time is right? For me, I have been selling my initial items. I sold 3 garbage items early to recuperate some money just in case. But unfortunately, I didn't stay awake to sell my second day items when the hold was removed. I'll still be selling my items though. With each passing day for at least the next week, expect prices to fall. But moving on, I will be looking at stickers and cases. I'll get a good deagle heat treated, as we know it's limited despite how common of a skin it is already. A few charms with good patterns, as I was wrong about agents, and I could see charms becoming the new agents, where almost no one had faith in them, and then out of nowhere, they become the hottest thing on the market. And I'll wait a few months to see where the M4 Fade lands. Not much of an investment, just a personal desire. At this point, I might be able to just trade my print stream for a Fade. Cases are cases, if they get removed, they are profitable, it's as simple as that, you can't go wrong. And the elemental stickers in my eyes have fulfilled the demand of battle-scarred stickers, which have been very profitable over the years. I honestly expect the cheaper stickers to be quite popular with crafts, and due to the single star cost, I expect to grab them very cheap in due time. Everyone wanted the Fade, everyone wanted the deagle, but looking at the listings, it seems like people didn't want one of the only consumable items offered in the Armory, in which 5 can be consumed at once. Sounds good to me. We know what happened to Riptide stickers. Of course, items potentially being in the game for such a long time is scary, but I see no world where these items will be infinite. And there's one thing that never changes. If an item is desirable and supply is limited, it will one day recover. All of my early item drops will be sold. All of those sales will go towards getting the items cheaper in due time. The Armory is not a dead investment. You just can't look at it the same way you look at an operation.